Oh, it's a combo. I'll wait till we get started. I'll tell you what my hands smell like.
Yeah, well, I think we're live, but I don't know if it's feeding through yet. I'm waiting for everything to. I'm waiting to see it feed through. I don't know if either one of you guys is seeing the chat feed through yet.
I'm not even in the video to
Yeah,
tell if the chat.
or
It
for
says
some.
live
Yes, it's
Yeah,
on.
it's on.
with
You
one
see it?
watcher.
Okay, cool. Okay, it's starting to come through here. Let me drop the open. Hold on. And
Welcome back to the Hank
kaboom!
Strange Situation.
That's right. Make sure you guys
Lifestyles of the Locked and
subscribe,
Loaded.
thumbs up, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. And I pressed the wrong button again. It's
What does that
crazy.
mean?
I switch buttons around here, so
How
I'm a
many
creature.
buttons you got?
A whole keyboard of
You need
buttons,
one of
Is it
those
one of
things.
those-
which I understand nothing. I need simple little
You need
I need
that
three
like
buttons.
yeah, you need that like little box that you can plug in for like go live, change view, like that whole thing. They make those.
Yeah. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I'm
Hank
trying to
Mike
remember.
Patrick.
I'm trying to remember
So,
what.
what? So basically, what you got is a overlay of your regular that has like the hotkey functions on it, or something crazy like that.
No. There's a whole. Well, I'm not sure what Patrick's talking about, but there's a whole separate box you can get that has buttons on it,
That
and you plug
that's
it
what I'm talking
in,
about.
and then it's real simple for knuckleheads like me. Yes, I do
They
need to
make
get that.
they make some really fancy ones that have little LEDs, like LCD screens, LED screens built into the buttons, and you can create thumbnails for each button, like custom thumbnails, so you can see what the buttons do. It's really cool.
Yeah. By the way, we are live, guys.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hope
just
everyone
talking
has their
shit.
big girl panties on. It's good. It's gonna be a little interesting conversation tonight. This is the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Can we see jazz hands from people? Jazz hands. Come on, Mike. You got to do jazz hands. There we go.
Smelly
He's doing
jazz
pinkies.
pinkies.
Jazz. He's doing pinkies. There we go. All right. We are live. This is episode 480, y'all. 480. Well, is it like record industry rule number 480? Music business people are shady. Something like that. That's old school. Old school hip hop. These guys are too
Biggie
young to know.
Smalls.
They're too young to know anything about that. Nope, not Biggie Smalls. Not
That
Biggie
was Biggie
Smalls.
Smalls.
No, I don't think so. I
Mm,
don't think so. We can Google it. We can Google it. Yeah, so 480 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. National Guard to enforce new gun laws in VA.
Wait. Are
Question mark.
they actually a question mark?
Yeah, question mark. So we're gonna-
Okay.
yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
You got me a little nervous there.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that and a few other things. Our guest here tonight, we've got Mike from MW Tactical. There he goes. Hopefully he won't be freezing. I don't know. He might be frozen right now.
Don't
No,
say
he's moving-
that.
he's moving
Please
around.
don't say that.
He's moving
I
around.
hope not.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have. All the ladies aren't trying to like dial in on him on his internet while we're doing the show today. Hopefully, we'll see. And then we've got Babyface P. He's here, joining us. What is that? What's that, Patrick?
The pinky jazz hands.
Oh,
So people are asking. It smells like a combination of. I took a sip. A combination of beer mixed with Douglas fir because we just got a Christmas tree and
okay.
it's a little bit of like paint thinner polyurethane because I was outside working on the chairs for the table. So it's a great combination.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So we've got Babyface here. We're gonna we've got some things here that we need to talk about. Several things. Hold on, let me see. Lola is asking me if I'm live, so let me just text her and says, "Yes, woman, I'm live." So there you go. Lola's not here right now. Okay, so we got a bunch of different things. I do want to remind everyone the show's brought to you by Harry's Holsters right down there. They make my holster, my Kydex stuff. They make Babyface's Kydex stuff. Not Mike
Hey, you
because
mean
Mike is
he.
not as cool as us. So
I'm not
Yeah.
part of the cool guy club, so
Yeah.
I'm just on the nosebleed section.
Archangel says smash those thumbs ups, which is true, Hank, and defeat of the tyrannical VA governor and ring the bell, etc. So I just threw that up on the screen. Yeah, so we're going to get into that. There's a couple of things here that I'm going to do business-wise as everyone's coming in. Please do smash the thumbs ups as you come in. Share the video, help us out and all that kind of stuff. I if you guys want a shout out, I could go through and do a shout out. So let me know. I'll look and see who needs a shout out or whatever. I do see Clover Tack out there, so I'm gonna throw him up on the screen there. But yeah, if folks want a shout out, let me know. I do want to say this to everyone out there. I'm gonna try to remember this. Patrick, Mike, you guys can help me out going into the future here. We need to remind everyone to follow us on different social medias.
Just in case.
Yeah. Remember that I have hankstrange.com. That's the thing. If anything happens, people, this is just a little drill. I think somewhere in the next 3 to 6, 9-ish months, you might have to use this info we're giving you right now. I'm on Hank Strange. That's how you can find out what's going on with me. I do give up my phone. I do show my phone number and stuff like that. Hold on. What is Lola trying to tell me? Okay. We've got someone from Walther. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with that here in a second. And
I would love to hear about some Walther guns. So let's bring them in if we can.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll try to see if I could do that. But anyway, so here's the thing I want to tell everyone. hankstrange.com, best way to figure out what's going on with us. If you want to support us, hankstrange.com/Lola's Deals, or just go to lolasdeals.com.
Well,
I think
that's right. We got a new, sort of a new website. We got a website hook coming through, lolasdeals.com, both S's. We'll take you to your pages where you're like posting up deals and stuff? Is that how it works?
Yeah. So if you guys want to support us, you can see all the different ways to support us on there. That stuff's changing rapidly. PayPal banned me for life. So whole other long story if you guys ever want to get into it. They came down real tough on us, real hard on us because we're gun guys. So we're banned for life in PayPal. But if you want to support us, the ways are there. Like there's links to Patreon there. We are on Patreon. There's links to Gunstreamer. And all the different things. There's things that you can do, like if you're shopping on Amazon or whatever, that you can support us. We have deals and things like that go up there. All of that helps to support us, but also you'll find all the places that we're on social media, or most of them. I've got to update it. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. I'm on a thing called Minds as well. That's a little bit freer than Facebook, right? A little bit freer. So I'm trying to see. I don't see the. Since we're in the chat, it's tough to see if someone was trying to get in touch with me here. But yeah. So that's what you guys need to do. The big thing that I'm trying to tell you. We also have an email list. I kind of suspended it for a little bit here because we're trying to move everything around, shift the email list around and all that kind of stuff. And that's also a good way. But like I said, I do give out my phone number. If you go on a lot of social medias, you'll see my number up there or at some point here in the chat or whatever. I can show it to people. But get ready for that because there's a lot of stuff happening. It's not just Steven Crowder.
Wait, what happened with Crowder now?
Well, I know that YouTube made some laws, which to me seem like they're specifically based on some stuff that happened with Crowder, but there's new rules and things like that rolling out from all these platforms. So I just want to say here at the top of all this, while we're doing it, and I'll say it more, you guys need to get ready for that. And the reason why I'm saying it, so let me see if I could pull this up, because on yesterday's show, there was, let me see, where, okay. So on yesterday's show, there was a comment from someone, and I'm going to go in here and try to read this without making a big thing, because I know Patrick says whenever I read stuff, it becomes a thing. So I'm just going to try to read this here real quick, and I'll throw it up. Let me know if it becomes an issue. So someone made a comment here. You guys could go look at yesterday's podcast that we did. I don't want to call out the person. He says, I love channels that are pro-military, pro-law enforcement, and pro-Second Amendment. Don't get me wrong. These folks are awesome. Here's my problem. If our founding fathers would have had this tech, these networking capabilities, and this amount of followers just prior to the Revolutionary War, do you think they would be simply stating the obvious problems and be giving the course of action to like, subscribe, and purchase merchandise. Guys like Matt Best, Donut Operator, Reed Henrik, Steven Crowder, and many, many others have the nation's ear. They have millions of followers, most of whom are veterans and law enforcement. They use their platforms to educate and entertain, but not to organize or resolve. They unite, but only to make more videos that could be monetized to sell their wares. I support them all with likes, money, and subscriptions, but the time for that crap to be the priority is gone. Now you guys have an obligation and responsibility to use the platform which we have all helped provide you with to turn this country around. Time to stop bitching and make things happen. Great leaders in our past did it with much less talk, or much less to work with. There's no excuse. Time to step up and use the power you have been given and the power you have earned. I love you guys, make no mistake, and I have faith that you'll do the right thing. Stop entertaining us and lead us. Unite is the only way. I don't know. I'm sure he didn't just put that up on my thing. I'll let you guys comment on that before I get into it.
Oh man, I don't know if I see myself as a leader. That's the hard thing. I don't know if I see myself that way. Okay. But no, I agree. There are people that I'm also not big time, but there are people out there that have lots and lots and lots of subscribers and followers, and it feels, I'm on his side. It feels like there are guys that only care about the dollar signs. I'm not going to say who, but there are guys out there that I feel like could be more, do more productive things and help people, but they're too worried about their image and making sure they make money.
Okay. What do you think about that, Mike?
I'm in the same boat. I believe there's a lot of people who do what they see as easy as an avenue to try to either get free stuff or just to mingle with people to say, hey, I'm hanging out with these people who are the franchise of this community, whatever the case may be, which is backed by the dollar sign. Is it right? Is it wrong? Whatever your mission is, that's up to you to decipher. But I also believe in you should be honest with your intent and don't mislead the people. You know.
So since we're gonna get to this anyways, I think Virginia is a good example of, you know, people are gonna govern the way they want. We're not gonna, you know, back down to the gun grabbers out there. And Virginia is a prime example that it's nice to see them. It's nice to see people putting their money, their votes, whatever, where their mouths are. Did you see the map lately of how many pro 2A sanctuary cities is to me such kind of a dumb thing, but sanctuary gun cities are out in Virginia right now. It's
go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's like 85%. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it doesn't really stop anything from happening.
No.
So,
but it's kind of crazy because as a regular old person, what other than voting, like what can you do when you have a governor that's elected, and specifically I'm talking about Virginia, when you have a governor who's elected and running it the way, obviously we don't want him to run it, but like what can you do other than be the thorn in their side like this?
Right.
I'll tell you what you can do.
Yeah, listen, I'm sorry if I was a little distracted there. Go ahead, Mike, I'm listening.
Yeah, I was going to say what you could do is you can start petitioning to bring jobs into certain areas. You can actually start getting people out to vote. You can get people in your community who you feel or qualified enough to run for these government. And then after all that's said and done, what you need to do is you need to go into the laws and make them more equal, right? Because when you sit down and you really think, if we was really on an equal platform in this nation, we wouldn't be facing this problem right now.
Okay. So let me see if I can just go back to what this guy was saying here that we should all do. He put it on the thing for this podcast. I would say that the reason why I get up every day, drive the 30 plus minutes that it takes me to get from where I live into Gainesville and pay for a studio and the electricity and the internet and all that kind of stuff, why I do it every day. This channel, I think, has like 7,000 subscribers compared to Hank Strange that has about like close to 90, I think, at this point. I do all of this as my way to like to kind of like, I don't want to say give back, right? Because I think it's a two-way street. I think all of that stuff is a two-way street. So I think there's folks out there that want to be in touch with me a little bit more, right? And there are ways that I could be here, answer questions, talk to the people, hear what the people are talking about, all of that kind of stuff. And I think that takes it takes support in order for us to do it based on this. Especially, YouTube is not a thing for people like me that's a lot of money involved in it. I could tell you guys that right now. It's not a thing that there's a lot of money involved in it, and a big reason for that when it comes to me, and I think a lot of other people this guy's talking about, is YouTube. Other platforms have put all these restrictions in the way. Okay, so I think the reason why when folks are out there trying to figure out how to pay for stuff, and they're saying like, hey, support me, join Mug Club, do this thing, do that thing. We've got sponsors. This, like I said, there's people that support us on Patreon and all that. All of that helps pay the bills. We have to do that because YouTube's made it more difficult for people to discover us, made it more difficult for us to get any monetization if the monetization is out there. There's all these things that they're doing. Some I can't even talk about right now. I'll talk about it in the next coming weeks. There's a whole bunch of stuff getting rolled out. So that's why I think people are doing that. But the other thing from what this guy is saying, for us to like use this platform we have to try to organize everyone, you have to realize they keep putting these rules in effect. So even that comment, if they want to, they could take that comment and use that against us. The comment that he made. And this is what people I think don't realize. We cannot be on here from the rules they already have in place inciting anything. They're already doing things to make it more difficult for us to be here. I could tell you when we had Antonio Okafor on a few days ago. Do you remember that, Patrick? I don't know. Were you here for that? I don't know.
I watched part of it. I wasn't on. I wasn't on the podcast.
Yeah. So I've told you guys when she was on before and we put her name in there, they immediately demonetized that thing. Which means, okay, let's say forget about the money from it because it's not a lot of money. Okay. It's not very much money at all. But not just that, they suppress the discovery of that when they do that. So the last time she came on, I if you guys remember, I said to her, hey, we didn't put your name in there because last time it created all kinds of problems. Guess what happened? Even though we didn't put her name in there. Guess what YouTube did?
Still demonetize it, of course.
Yeah. So if you believe, like, you have to realize that there's people watching, listening, tracking what we're doing, looking at the comments and all that kind of stuff. So the reason why I started this by saying, hey, these are all the ways you can like reach out to us and communicate with us, because for sure I think I should use my voice to do that. That's why I'm doing it at my own expense, right? So, of course, with the help from some folks out there. But we have to be careful what we do and say on these people's platforms. It belongs to them. And I know I've been trying to tell people for a while that we've got to figure this out. We have to get our own ecosystem. We've got to get our own platforms and things like that. But I know it's tough. Everybody wants to be on YouTube. Everyone wants to be on Facebook. Everyone wants to be on Instagram. So it's very limited. And if the guys like myself went out there, and as Patrick said, I'm a lot smaller than those people. But if we really went out there and started making trouble, this is why they've put rules in since like 2013, because they knew that we were out there doing things and activating people, and they wanted to make it more difficult for us. So other than like what we do here when like we're doing this show today, and we're going to talk about Virginia, we're going to try to tell you guys to vote and do stuff about what's going on and call people and all of that kind of stuff. But ultimately, the things that you want us to get into on this platform, we cannot do without getting kicked off of it. And then whatever you're saying that we have, we don't have. That's the thing I need people to realize, that we're setting ourselves up. They knew all of this before. As we approach the elections, they're going to get worse with this stuff, and they're going to find reasons to get rid of people. I mean, look, they completely deplatformed Alex Jones across the board. You know, so you have to
It's-
realize. I'm sorry. Let me just say this. You have to realize, even when you're talking about the big guys and they're looking for, like Crowder has to actually, he has a staff. He's got a whole bunch of people. They've got to get paid. In order, if he's doing something you feel is valuable, you have to realize that you have to support that, but you have to realize he also has limitations of what he could do, because right now YouTube is looking for ways to get rid of people like him and us. Sorry, Patrick, go ahead.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say.
Sorry, man.
No, I'm in the middle of trying to do so many things. Plus, I'm having a cold brewski. Whew, it's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you kind of got a little bit off topic with what the person was saying of lead instead of just looking for the bucks and everything. I think so. I guess your point is that we have to play their game. Here's what I was going to say. It's a scary, the way the country is divided at the moment, and people can agree with me or disagree with me, whatever. The way we are currently divided, and very much kind of down the middle, 50-50 divided, conservative, liberal, and to a certain extent crazy on either end. It's really sad to think that we are going to have to take our ball and go play in somebody else's court. Like that's a really scary thought, that we can't be allowed to play ball on the same court as whomever else is on YouTube, because that's going to be, to me, that is going to make a more polarized country. It's just going to make things worse that they're trying to kick us off. And YouTube, I know somebody's out there sitting and listening, because I know at YouTube. But seriously, think about that and tell your bosses how scary that is, that the country is as crazy as divided as is. And your way of dealing with that is not necessarily kicking people off the platform, but kicking ideas off the platform and making them play ball somewhere else. Like, that's just going to divide communities even worse. It's not
but also, where else are they going to go to? Because they pretty much own the bandwidth, even though we do have options, obviously. Yeah.
I understand that. Like, I understand the idea of, if you want your point to be heard, you have to make it somewhere that's willing to have people listen. And if YouTube's not allowing you to make your points and say what you want freely, then obviously it should go somewhere else. But it's scary. Just the whole thing is scary to me, because they're not enforcing rules equally for everybody, and it's just going to polarize everything worse. That's my thing.
Yeah.
But there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, so let me ask this. Gunstreamer was supposed to be working on something in regards to having the live platform. Has anyone asked or heard anything about that arrangement?
Hank, I think, is closer with them than I am, so he may know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Lola has me doing something over here. Okay, so with
Gunstreamer is supposed to be going live,
Yeah.
doing live stuff. Is that coming down the pike? Have you heard?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to answer that. Big Dre 357 gave us $10. He says, I moved over from Gunstreamer as my primary account, and yes, I'm verified. Let me see. I think we've got Vincent coming in. Vincent, if you can hear us, just come in and get everything set up. We'll get over to you here in a second. Sorry, there's like
You're ready for politics tonight.
Yeah, I'm doing a cajillion things, and I can't even get back to my normal screen now.
Yeah, doing live stuff.
Yeah, you gotta mute you have to mute something, Vincent.
Stream. He's playing the stream.
Yeah, if you're playing the stream, you gotta mute it. And then I can't see.
Let me tilt this light here real quick. It seems really dark.
It's pretty dark over there.
Yeah, and let me see if I could throw him up. I'll throw him up in here. Let's see how we want to do this. I'll do. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, sorry about that. Big Dre 357 said, I moved over from Gunstreamer as my primary account. And yes, I'm verified with the check mark, laugh out loud. I'm also working with a colleague to start a podcast. YouTube is really government tube. So I did speak to Austin from Gunstreamer about the live thing, which is the question that you asked me, right? It is incredibly expensive to do live video. It's incredibly expensive for YouTube, and they have a lot of money for Google, and it's very expensive on the gun streamer side. And my understanding is that on the gun streamer side, they're not really pursuing that because they cannot pursue it without the support of the industry. It's going to take money. So the industry needs to step up. But guess what? The industry is not really going to step up until people really start getting kicked off of all these other platforms. And when I say people, I mean actually specifically the industry. So maybe when the industry starts getting smacked upside the head and you see them getting permanently kicked off of platforms, they might scratch their heads, look around and go, oh, maybe this thing is gun streamer. Maybe we should put some money over there. Because, this comes down to money.
The problem right now is YouTube is doing the slow burn. They're doing the what's the old thing, the frog in the boiling pot of water, slowly raising the temperature until it boils to death, which, by the way, isn't real. It doesn't actually happen. But they're doing that, and people, it's hard to get people to wake up to that they're out to, I don't want to say out to get you because that seems so fear-mongery, but they don't want us. They really don't want us here. They really don't.
Well, like you already said beforehand, where the money is going, because if people are pumping in money to them to get rid of, the 2A community, that's what it is. It's going to be that slow burn that's going to make you turn your head and go elsewhere.
Right, and here's another problem. I see Razor JB. I know Razor J. Listen, a lot of people are saying stuff here. I really wish I could keep track of what everyone's saying, but Lola's literally standing over here driving me crazy, and there's a bunch of things going on. But Razor JB says GunTube does it live. I would really have to check into that. Here's a thing that I think that the gun streamer guy said to me. There's a lot of folks over on Gunstreamer, right? There's a lot of us over there. There's some big guys over there. The Military Arms channel's over there. I think some vlogs have gone over there. I know AmmoLand, PSA has gone over, etc., right? But to get people to start pumping money into that, those people are going to want to see how they're going to get their return on investment out of that. So they really need to see the numbers go up. More people need to look at the videos over there. They need more of that happening over there, right? And that comes down to the people. The people always choose with this. So this is like a weird thing. Everyone wants to do this on YouTube. Everyone wants to do this on the main platform. Sorry.
Did we lose?
I don't know if we lost him.
I think we lost him.
Maybe he had some issues with his camera, but he'll try to get back on.
Everybody wants to do it on YouTube because that is the status quo of video hosting. It's where the most eyes are. So it makes sense that everybody's going to go, I want to be on YouTube. That totally makes sense.
Or Facebook or Instagram, wherever. Wherever the big stuff is going on. So this is like a weird thing. And then these people own these platforms because of what most of us believe. We don't want to create laws and say, okay, these people have to be a utility and they have to give you a voice and they have to let you go live. Vincent, did you get your camera on? I don't know if you got his camera on.
I see him.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I see him.
Oh, that's
I see him and hear him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might take a little.
In order to get my face up here, so.
Oh, okay. It just may take a few minutes before it floats through to me or something.
Your software does not like you, Hank.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll try to get this set up.
Seriously, since the update, which was like 2 weeks ago, he's had nothing but issues constantly.
Yeah. Try turning on and off your camera again. Let's see what happens with that. But yeah, I don't see you.
It's working, Hank. It's your software.
Yeah.
It's not his camera.
You guys can see him?
Yeah, I can see him.
I just saw.
It's working perfect.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure what's going on with that then.
Oh, Lord.
I know. This podcast is just a disaster.
Where's Lola when you need her?
I know. She needs to get in there and fix everything.
Yeah, Lola doesn't know about the tech stuff, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe we'll get it to I would say try turning on and off your camera again, though. It might, or you might need to drop out and then come back in again, and then we'll get it to come on. Average Joe Tube says Gunstreamer is currently paying 6 cents per click. That is unprecedented in recent times. They're giving money away. Creators want to be where the prestige is.
I would like to, next time we have them on, I'd like to talk to them about some things with all of that. Because I got, my stuff does get ported to Gunstream whenever I put it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But some of their like 6 cents per click thing was slow. But I'll talk with them about it next time we have them on. But no, it's just, I understand, like I'm going back to what I was saying. I understand that we are eventually going to have to separate from, but it's just scary that it's going to make everything more polarized than it is, and that sucks.
Yeah. I'm trying to see, there's some other comments. Brad Moore says Gunstreamer doesn't even have channels, mixes all content. Oh, you can go to a person's channel. It's just not easy UI or user interface, I think, over there.
It's going to take them some time. And remember, the one thing for guys to remember, to play devil's advocate here, is YouTube's been doing this for a long time. They've been at this for a while. Gunstreamer is new to the game, and they have a fairly small team compared to the billions of dollars that Google can throw at something.
Yeah.
So
the Gunstreamer guys are about 3 dudes. The whole company.
yeah.
Just so you guys know.
Which is great because they, they're super agile, so they can move quickly. But it's just
unfortunately, here's what's going to come down to. Everyone's going to have to get, or lots of people are going to have to start getting kicked off. Then people are going to maybe go over there, but here's my thing. Look, I think that I do try to fight for people, but I have to balance it out at the same time with trying to figure out how to pay for it. Okay? This is just a reality of how it works here. Because you got to think of, not just me, but think of all these people doing this as individuals. They have wives, children, bills, things that they have to do. Some of them have jobs, or if they don't have a regular job, this is their job, and they have to figure out, like, they have to rationalize it. Like, if it's not worth it, then they might as well go get a job, work every day, and take care of their families. And so this is why they do that stuff. On the flip side of it, I think there are lots of people that are trying to get you guys activated. Ultimately, in his comment, I think this was a good comment. I'm not coming down on this gentleman at all. I think what it is that, like he said, it's the power given by the people. The people, not just on internet, the people actually need to go out there and get some things done and get up in the face of their politicians and make stuff happen. Patrick, you know that you were there. You were doing it too. Sometimes that creates problems. When you get in the face, like we get in the face of local politicians when we have the opportunity.
They didn't like us. He particularly didn't like us.
Yeah.
But we called him out for his shenanigans, and he was not happy about it.
Yeah, and I don't care. That's what I did. But it cost me something, right?
Same with me.
Yeah, there's always things that come behind that when you do it, and
getting in people's faces is not always the best thing to do.
No,
I realize that.
So
that's why I work remotely nowadays.
So I think we are trying to do that, and we are trying to get you guys activated, but realize they just keep piling and layering on rules and all kinds of stuff, and it's getting really bad. And so ultimately what we all need to do is get together. So like let's talk about this thing. Is Vincent, are you here? You're not here?
Yes.
You are here, but I don't see you, which is crazy.
He's there. Trust me. He is there. Hank,
I promise.
Yeah, but I don't see him, so therefore the people don't see him.
It doesn't count because Hank can't see him.
Drop out, Vincent, and come back in again.
He's done that like 3 times, Hank.
I apologize.
No. Hey, Vince, do not go anywhere.
No,
Hank,
don't do it. Don't
you
listen to
gotta
Hank.
do something on your end, Hank.
Hank does not know tech. Don't listen to him.
What am I? There's nothing I could do on my end. What are you guys talking about? There's nothing to be done on my end here.
There you go. Okay. I see him on the Skype chat. I thought he was on. My bad. But I seen him on the Skype chat.
Yeah, but
he's in on the Skype chat. Perfect.
Yeah, I personally can't even go back to without stopping the show. I can't go back to that Skype window because
everybody's asking who we called out. The local politician here. I can't even remember his name. Hank
Perry. Is it Rick Perry?
Rick Perry? Yeah, Rick Perry. He's a local Florida politician who thinks that 21-year-olds, and Rick Perry, I hope you're out there listening, he believes that if you're 21, you still shouldn't, until you're 21, you shouldn't have rights to purchase a war rifle. He believes that, and then his excuse was, sorry, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. His excuse was, well, you can't drink until you're 21. And I was like, just, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Just because, federal money's held over Florida's head to make the drinking age 21 doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, I was just talking about that in the barbershop today with some guys. We were talking about all the stuff that happened in Florida, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" No, it's not Rick Perry. Sorry, it's not Rick Perry. What's his name?
That was him, wasn't it?
Oh my God, I can't remember.
Oh no, that Rick Perry's the name of the guy that ran for.
Yeah, that's the guy from Texas.
His name was something Perry, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I'm horrible with names. Okay,
I know I am too. I'm looking them up.
Yeah, when you figure it out, we'll deal with it. The thing is that we get into this all the time, and we do these things all the time. And yes,
Keith Perry. Sorry,
Keith Perry. Yeah, you're right.
Keith Perry.
Yeah, so
Perry was the guy.
Yeah, that was.
She says Rick Perry was the governor of Texas.
Yeah, that was the guy from Texas. It was Keith Perry.
Keith Perry. Sorry.
Keith
Perry.
He's in the Florida state. He's a Florida state rep, and he's the guy that allowed, along with when Rick Scott wanted to put gun. Yeah, when Rick Scott wanted to put in gun control here, Keith Perry is the guy in the state Senate here that allowed that stuff to even go through. And when we were talking to him about why he allowed it,
he gave his great excuses as to why it should go through.
Yeah.
The first being, we need to retain votes in the next election, so you got to let this go through so we can get more votes and make sure the Republicans hold the seat next time around, which is some bullshit.
Yeah, someone's asking if it's the guy we had on the show. No, we've been trying to help out politicians to get this is what you have to realize about the Republican Party in Florida, man. They're basically Democrats.
They are.
They're rhinos.
They're rhinos.
So we were trying to help. We had some folks on. We were trying to help get on there, but the way that the party is working, it doesn't support those people. And yes, I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to get rid of those folks.
No, if I have the ability to vote him out, I will do everything I can to vote him out.
Yeah, it looks like we have Vincent back on, but I still don't see the picture, so I don't know.
If you click on the Skype camera, you can see him.
It's working great. I see him.
Yeah.
He's got a blurred background and a beautiful beard.
Shucks.
You just have
Wait,
to
hold on
figure
one
out the way
second.
to
Hold on. Let me
pull them
see how I could do this.
Hank just doesn't know tech.
It's not me. It's some kind of bug in the system that I don't understand. Why?
It might be. Are you using Windows or Mac?
Mac.
He's always on it.
That might be another divisive part of the country too. the anti-gun, pro-gun Mac Windows.
See, in this house, we got both. We're
I'm going to start a Patreon to make software that works together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, good luck with that.
Yeah, let me.
I'm gonna help you out here. When Vince talks, I'm gonna help you out.
How are you gonna help me out?
All right, Vince, start talking. Just say something.
Mic check 1 2. There we go. The good-looking dude right there, Mike.
Yeah, I'm not sure how his camera. I'm trying to take his camera on and off, but it's not like.
Oh, we got his back. Don't worry about it. So whenever you want to talk, we'll bring him in.
Yeah. We'll have him just audio right now.
Yeah, we got it covered.
Yeah, unfortunately, we
I'll
can't
mess
see.
around in these settings a little bit. And
all right,
see if there's anything
listen, we'll pretend like it's a podcast, not a vlog cast.
But here's the thing. Vincent
He's
might not have allowed.
fan.
So hold on a second, Vincent. If you got a pop up at saying that, hey, this is going to broadcast, you might not have approved it, and that's why it's not feeding through. So, because I've seen that happen, right? Like if you get this thing that says, you're about to allow this, blah blah blah. You guys got that a long time ago. You just forgot. If you didn't approve that, that could be why it's not feeding through your video.
It's saying Hank Strange is using a device that could record the broadcast.
Yeah, you have to allow that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's already up, and that's just showing in the screen there. That looks legit.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's a screenshot. That's what he's got the beard, the Walther hat.
Good. Man, I'd date me.
Oh boy. Okay.
Audio video.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show, Vincent. That is a very nice Walther hat, actually.
Shucks.
Yeah, you kind of like came right in on here on some. We were getting into some stuff here. What do you do for
politics?
Yeah, what do you do for Walther? Since we have you on here.
I do social and digital media,
Okay.
so I get to deal with all the experts out there. It's pretty fun.
Oh.
Like make the PPK in a 9mm.
Oh,
like,
boy.
No, like physics and engineering, you just can't do it. It's the blowback style and making it a 10mm with a lever style release. Like, man, no.
You would like my comments to Glock the other day. I told them that I am the perfect user of their firearms. I'll take their 22 out maybe once a month if I'm lucky. I'll use the worst ammo possible that I can get at Walmart, and then I'll complain on social media when it doesn't work perfectly every shot.
Yeah.
Do not contact their service first. Just blaze them
Just
on the
straight
wall
on
of their
Facebook.
social media.
So John Crump is saying that we're probably not going to be able to fix this thing unless we restart, which we can't do without kicking everything.
No worries, man.
Yeah. So we can. So okay. So you're handling. You're like posting stuff on Instagram and all that. You're the guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Mike, you're getting a Christmas card.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. So
Hey,
are you allowed to give? Are you allowed to give away anything for Walther? Because we're doing this thing where, and you can say no if you want to. But,
Appreciation month.
yeah, we're this month, December, we're giving away stuff whenever we're live on air. We're giving away things to our fans here. So can you give away some swag to the folks out there from Walther? Are you so authorized?
I mean, I'd sound like a massive chump if I said no, I asked for permission. So, and Cody, who's normally on here, is
Yeah, shout out
that's
to Cody.
that's El Jefe. So he's
Yes.
kind of the final say. So, but
Yeah.
I got some stuff in one of my drawers that's hidden. I could probably make
There
that
you
happen
go.
to some degree.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice
No, it doesn't.
hats, maybe?
Yeah, it
Or,
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. We could.
patch? Patches
we've-
people love, Walther
Yeah.
patches.
Yeah.
Yep.
It could be something easy like that. We definitely have some stuff here. I think Lola's gonna look into it now that we're going on this thing here. We're moving. But yeah, hopefully next time you come on, man, we'll actually get you. We'll actually be able to show the video and stuff like that on here.
No worries.
I
Yeah.
do have the I have the competition pistol right there on this. I don't know.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you've got one of those, right, Mike? I don't know, Mike's
well, I
not
got
talking.
the polymer. I don't have the steel frame.
Oh, you don't have the steel frame. And we do have some we got the Navy
That's what's up.
Navy
That's what's
PPQ hanging out here. So we do have some.
The best meme I've seen recently is iron sights are the stick shift of the shooting industry.
Yeah.
Everybody's rocking red dots. But, I mean, are all you guys going to SHOT Show?
I'll be at SHOT Show. I'm not sure about Mike. Babyface P is not allowed.
No, on business.
Yeah, I won't be at SHOT Show this year.
Oh, you won't? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
I'll
got
be.
we got an extension of a line and a new launch for SHOT Show. That'll be pretty sweet. We're excited about that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So you got an extension of, but can you get into more details about any of that?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
I like my job, man.
yeah.
If I say anything, like Walther, people who shoot Walther handguns are not casual about it. They're like fanatical. So they'll figure it out from any little tip. I mean, I took a photoshopped picture and I pixeled it out and blurred it out. And it was about 15 minutes and somebody posted what it was like last year. So I'm not even messing with that this year.
Yeah, gun guys in general are really good with that, That's what I have to say. Gun guys are really good with that. So, they have some issues when it comes to some things like we were just talking about. By the way, this is the PPQ 22 Tactical.
Oh, yeah. That 22 is underrated, man. That thing
Yeah.
is solid.
If you can't wait for the Glock, the G44, you've got the PPQ 22.
And that's already
out right
threaded. That's
Yes.
already threaded. So,
I like make that point.
yeah.
Yes, and I think it's is it 12 rounds? Hold on, let me see. Or is this a 10 rounder?
You're
no,
in Florida, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Florida. I think this is a 12 rounder. But hold on, let me see. I think this is a 12 rounder. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to go look that up and make sure on that one. But I think I've put more than 10 in this thing. Maybe that wasn't advised. I don't know. So,
Hey, Hank,
what's up?
give me 2 minutes and I'll be right back. I got some barrels that was sent to me for my PPQ, and I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. So let's see here. Let's see, what else do we want to get into here? Why am I seeing someone's screen? Oh, it looks like... Who's screen sharing right now?
I have no idea.
Hopefully it's me, man. That would be sick.
Yeah,
I think you are.
I could
we can't see it on. We can only see it on Skype. We can't see it live.
Yeah,
so
I could see it on
nothing too
Skype for
crazy.
some reason. Yeah.
Let me get back in my preferences here. Audio, video.
Okay, now I could see a picture of your screen share on the thing.
I was wondering who was screen sharing.
Yeah, this is so weird.
I love it.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Oh, now I could screen share your thing. So you might want to. Oh, let me take it
Screen
off.
share the screen share.
Yeah, hold on. I'm
Oh
taking
God,
it
this
off.
is getting meta as hell.
Go back
I'm
to your
wondering-
camera, and then we might be able to actually throw your face up on here. We might be
Okay.
able to do it if you go back to your camera. Let's see what happens.
Let's see here.
Close out of all the
Skype, video, audio.
screen sharey stuff. Here, I'll just have me and. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Can I throw something crazy out there?
What's up?
I just found what is this? An episode of the and Phelim Scoop. I don't know what this is, but they have a whole series that just started of Adam Baldwin narrating the IG report. Adam Baldwin not being one of the crazy Baldwins, being the conservative Baldwin.
Is it Adam Baldwin?
Adam Baldwin. He was in oh God, what was it?
Because I think you're talking about a Baldwin that's not a Baldwin.
He's a Baldwin that's not a Baldwin. Yes, correct. He's doing a whole narration.
I know that sounds
episode.
cryptic. That sounds cryptic to everyone.
He's doing a whole narration of chapters of the IG report that came out a couple days ago, which is pretty cool because I hate reading. So
Yeah. Also, that guy's a really good actor. He was in
Full
Firefly.
Metal Jacket. Oh, he
wait.
was in. He was
in Firefly. Yeah, he was in Firefly. Let's see. I can see what you're doing, Vincent. If you can, I can see your picture there. If you could somehow blow that up and make it fill your whole screen, then we could probably get you on here if you could.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's as big as it's going to let me make it right there, man.
That's about okay. Let's see if the people can see that. Oh yeah, see that's
no, this is a disaster.
that's actually.
I do digital media for a living. Real cool. Real guy.
Yeah, you look like a little hermit in a cage, like a little box like this. But that's cool. Hey, that's better than nothing.
Right on.
That's better than nothing. Better than nothing for the folks out there.
Let me spill something on you guys real quick about Walther handguns. So the majority of our 9mm handguns have a step chamber. Do you guys know what that is?
Step chamber, no.
Okay, so the chain, you have your round fits in the chamber when you chamber the round. Like ours steps down so it's tighter, and which gives you a higher velocity. And for some reason right now, all these gun experts are talking about, is it plus P rated? Is it plus, like, you're getting velocities.
Yeah, I don't know if people could see that
chamber.
in there.
Like if you got a flashlight and look down the chamber there, you can see actually the stepping in there. So you're going to get a higher velocity out of that barrel. And everybody's like, oh, they're snappy. No, but you don't need to use 147 grain. You're going to get velocity out of it. Like in competition shooting, you can make power factor with our barrel with the same round that you couldn't get out of name another company's barrel that doesn't use a step chamber.
How does that for us reloaders? How does that?
Hopefully, people saw
with
that
us at all.
So as long as your casing is within tolerance, like you're not on your third reload or something, you're gonna be fine.
Okay.
But if you get out of tolerance on your shell, you're gonna have issues. But
I see a picture here. I'll link this out to everybody. This picture of the step chamber.
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, I hear it's snappy all the time, but it's really like you're just getting a higher power factor out of that step chamber.
Are all Walthers, all 9mm Walthers nowadays coming with that, or is that?
Yeah, they have been for a while. Yeah.
Really? I've never heard of it. Huh.
Yeah. So here we go. Mike is showing that. Okay, very cool.
Is that his step chambered barrel?
This is from PPQ. Yeah, this is from the
Nice.
Walther PPQ 9mm.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, if you had a flashlight in there, you'll see the rim around there as it gets closer to the polygonal rifling. So.
Yeah, now we're seeing like a scene inside of a scene from your screen. I can see myself, and I can see Babyface up on your thing over there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what would happen if you just went back to your camera. If you go back to your camera, it just doesn't show anything, right?
Let's see here.
No, that doesn't work. Okay, it's that screen that's you in the middle. Click on that. Like, there's a little screen showing you. Oh, now we show. Now we're just all seeing your desktop. I hope you got a very messy desktop, by the way.
Yeah, I sure do, man.
You need to organize this.
All right, that one. Well, normally I have like 4 computer screens going at a time. That's hyperbole. I don't have 4, but I'm trying to pretend like.
And it looks like you're also a Mac guy, by the way.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Okay.
I would not get rid of my Mac for work. I love working on my MacBook.
Yeah, I just don't want to have a virus on my computer. I mean, FaceTime camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it is because of the compatibility of Windows and stuff.
Yeah, it might be here. Don't worry about it. I think we're doing fine. We're tough guys. We can struggle through here. Okay, so yes. You know what? What about the stainless PPK? Do you have one of those over there?
I don't have one here. We can't even get one as an employee. We're still filling back orders. Those things
Wow. Okay.
That's been our dangling carrot for 5 years. I mean, but you got to consider all the red tape involved with beginning to manufacture a gun that's German intellectual property. There's just a lot of things to consider, and it's not that we hate money and we don't want to sell the gun to people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, legitimately, it took a lot of effort, time, attorneys, and all kinds of other stuff to bring that thing back to people. And I've heard people talking about how, oh man, the original German ones were so much better, but they weren't. The World War II era ones and post-war. I mean, those things were all serialized every part because they were so handmade that you couldn't take a slide from one and put it on every other PPK or PP model or whatever. So they're better than they've ever been. I'd say even the double action is still very heavy, but it's the cleanest, smoothest thing that that they've ever been, from the Inner Arms to the Smith days and everything else. It's on my list. It's on my list. And one of the new guns we're dropping at SHOT Show I'm excited about, because I have every other Walther I could possibly want. But
is it a Walther carbine?
Oh God. He would be even more happy if it were a bullpup carbine.
No hints. We don't want him to lose his job, because Vince is one of the people I do like talking to.
It's a 10 millimeter. It's a 10 millimeter carbine, European style mag release. Optics ready, full polymer infused, heavy plastic.
Oh God! This is
that
awful.
uses Glock mags. Does it use Glock mags?
For amateurs?
Oh God!
Okay. I'm gonna stop. I'll listen. I'll come over to the booth. I don't know if I met you this year when I came over to the booth or not. Probably not. I can't remember.
I probably didn't have a beard at that point. I kind of year. I don't like people, so like
it's us tech guys. No tech, social media. We're the guys that I don't want to talk to people. I don't like people.
Right. I like them. In a I can manage it without meeting them face to face kind of way.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
You guys in your booth this year at SHOT Show, it was your booth that someone came in there and stole something, right? They stole was it a PPK?
The NRA show, yeah, they took a PPK without a firing pin, and if you need anything replaced, we got that lifetime warranty, but you still have to give us your serial number. So horrible deal.
Did you guys track it down pretty quickly?
Yeah, the law enforcement in Indiana was unbelievable. I mean, they had video of this guy going into a building, waiting for him to come. They had it in no time.
Good. Good
I was
stuff.
standing right there when you realized that, because it was you and I was talking.
We were talking
and, I was like,
"You are the reason," because I was talking to you and not paying attention.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, no.
Mike was on the team.
Conversation was that good that he wasn't paying attention to what was going on.
Yeah. Okay, so real quickly here, before we switch gears, I do want to talk about the Virginia thing. I do want to get into what's going on in Virginia, but Lola asked to pass the thing here, Mike. What Walther does Mike compete with? So, Mike, you got to tell us about that. What Walther are you competing with here?
The Q5 match. That's what I shoot in competition. One of the guns I shoot in competition. But I don't have it with me because I left it over in El Cabanino. But I just got my concealed carry, the PPQ, with me right now.
Oh, okay. And how is that set up? Do you have that like modified, or because you just wiggled it a little bit there, and we're gonna need a little bit more out of you than that, Mike.
Yeah. Okay. So for my competition gun and my concealed carry gun, I haven't done nothing to it. For the main simple reason of, I believe this gun is perfect coming from the factory. So I didn't do no trigger work.
Right there, my best friend.
I haven't done any work to the sights. I haven't stippled anything. Like I said, it's perfect coming from the factory just like it is. Same thing with the Q5. I haven't done anything to it other than adjust the rear sights. That's the only thing I've done to the Q5.
Oh, okay. All right, very cool. Let's see here. Let me try. I'm sorry, just trying to throw everyone back in this. Up in the screen.
But I can tell you this though. There was a company. There is a company called EFK Fire Dragon, and they make barrels. So I think they're diving into making barrels for the PPQ line.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I have a ported one, and then I have a threaded one right here. Then I have the standard one in the gun right now. So I was going to go to the range today, but for the past week, every time I wanted to go to the range, the weather has stopped me. So I haven't went out to the range to shoot it yet.
Yeah, so Brian Quick is asking if Walther is putting stainless barrels in the PPQ now. That's an aftermarket company, right? That's not Walther doing that?
I mean, you have several companies. Yeah. What's the company, Mike, that you're talking about right now?
EFK Fire Dragon.
Okay. Them, Jarvis makes some unbelievable stuff for us as well. That was one of the things before Walther became Walther USA and it was distributed by another firearms company. There was zero aftermarket support for us, and now one of the main things we want. I mean, think of how many aftermarket parts you have for ARs or pistols or whatever. I mean, look at Glock. I mean, there isn't a company that doesn't make accessories for them. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to make sure that there are customizable aspects to Walther, but at the same time, we're not trying to give you a Honda Civic that you got to put rims and a stereo in. We're giving you a phenomenal product right out of the box. I mean, that trigger, a lot of companies have attempted to make a great trigger, and I still stand behind the Walther trigger. Mm-hmm. It makes me a better shooter, being able to break that trigger without moving those sights. I mean, that's the whole secret to shooting,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead.
I was going to say, there was a few people that I was training with firearms. And of course, when people come, they come with what they have. And a lot of people have 22 handgun. And it's something that was handed down from their grandparents, it looked like. And I put this in their hand and just shoot it and tell me what you think. And everybody, I love it. So,
nice.
Of course, I start talking back to that, the Love It, Buy It program that y'all have.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why more people aren't talking about that. You got a 30-day money back guarantee on a PPS or a PPQ.
Is that still in effect? Because we thought that, because we were talking about that when that came out, then it went out of effect, then it came back in, then it went out again, right?
No, it came back. I equate it to like I look down my office. I overlook the warehouse and stuff, and I look out there, and the guy who does the returns is like the Maytag man, laying on the floor, playing video games on his phone, like nothing to do for him. Like, we get very few of those back, and honestly, a couple of them we got back I bought because, who knows, like
sweet.
Why not?
Discount.
Yeah.
I feel like the ones that were returned were bought by employees of other gun companies.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, they wanted to see how our program worked. It's ridiculous. We are confident in our guns. I mean, you know what kind of a bath we would take if we offered a 30-day money back guarantee and our gun was garbage? Like, there'd be a ton of returns, but shooting it's believed. That's the one thing. If we could get more people to shoot our handguns, I feel like that would make a big difference. And a 30-day money back guarantee it's ridiculous. Like, we pay for shipping back to us too, which is a big deal. Like, you're coming nothing out of pocket other than the initial transaction, and you get all that back. But
yeah, that's pretty good. I hope you guys keep going with that. Okay, listen, let's turn a little bit here. I'm not sure whether or not you're able to talk about this, Vincent. So if you're not, you could definitely let us know.
I'll dance if I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I did want to get into what's going on in Virginia. There's obviously, if you've been looking at any of this stuff, Virginia got a Democratic governor not too long ago.
Democratic. You're being way too nice, Hank.
Yeah.
Does he have a police record? Did I understand that right, or was that just some garbage I saw online?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer.
I'm not sure about his police record. I know this is the guy that believes in abortion all the way up to birth and after birth.
Up to 16 years old or something like that?
Yeah. This is the guy that believes in that. This is also the guy that, that did blackface a couple times.
Yeah, I remember that happening.
And yet, for some reason...
Ted Danson? Danson's the governor of Virginia? All right, sorry.
No,
go ahead.
No. So, they've been trying to... They want to do this... what they call assault rifle ban, and it's all of the stuff they're trying to do in Virginia has got everyone rightfully so upset and pushing back and doing things about it. And everyone thought, oh, maybe these guys are trying to back off of it because they I think yesterday or the day before they came out and said, oh, you know what, we'll bring back the grandfather clause. So if you have it, you don't have to give up your AR. Which is totally ridiculous to me. I mean, I don't think just about me when I'm doing stuff. I think about other people. I think about my kids, my grandchildren.
Future coming up, yeah. I want my kids and my grandkids to be able to buy everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
So, now there's been some suggestions that they might want to bring out National Guard. I'll throw up the article here and I'll read it for you guys. This is the truth about guns. Virginia's Democrats send in the National Guard to enforce new gun laws. Sanctuary resolutions, which originally began in Illinois in early 2018, have swept the nation. However, no state has outdone Virginia in quickly passing these Don't Tread on Me resolutions. And now Virginia Democrats have decided to push back, threatening those sanctuary jurisdictions and law enforcement agencies who refuse to enforce their new gun control laws. Yes, the same Virginia state officials that welcome illegal aliens now say police departments that refuse to enforce new gun laws aimed at law-abiding Virginians will face consequences, quote. So Virginia Democratic officials, however, already say local law enforcement supporting these resolutions will face consequences if they do not carry out any law the state legislature passes. I would hope they either resign in good conscience because they cannot uphold the law which they are sworn to uphold, or they're prosecuted for failure. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to interrupt there.
Right, absolutely. They're prosecuted for failure to fulfill their oath. Talking about the oath. Everyone's seeing this in a different point of view. Democratic Virginia Rep. Jerry Connolly told the Washington Examiner of local county police who may refuse to enforce future gun control measures. But it's not just the threats of prosecution. Other Dems, including one of Virginia's Congress critters, had other more radical ideas, including defunding offending agencies. Ronald E. McCain, I think, suggests cutting off state funds to counties that do not comply with any gun control measures that pass in Richmond. And then below that, I'm just going to skip down. McCain also noted that Democratic Virginia Governor Ralph Northam could call the National Guard if necessary. And he says, ultimately, I'm not the governor, but the governor may have to nationalize the National Guard to enforce the law, he said. That's his call because I know how serious these counties are and how severe the violations of law will be, but that's obviously an option he has. So you guys can check out that article and dig into it if you really want to, but the point here is to ask, what do you guys think about this? Imposter says Civil War 2.0 brewing in Virginia now, I think. So
it's close. I would not put it out of your mind. Shit's going crazy.
Yeah. Who says, remember all those people who say the National Guard and local police won't ever take the guns? We're going to find out quick about that.
Oh, yeah. Crap's coming down the pipe, and people aren't... I don't know if people are ready for the... Everybody's ready for, the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Are you really? Are you really?
I don't think so.
No,
yeah.
I'm in the same boat.
Here's a tip. If you can't live without your cell phone, you're probably not ready. So, and I'm not talking about anyone out there. I mean, that's me too.
Oh yeah, no. I love my internet.
Yeah. Go ahead, Vincent.
So, one of the key things to think about when you hear all these kinds of boogaloo kind of things going on is how is your neighborhood doing? Like, how is your block doing? How is your street? How is your city doing? And how much of what is being fed to you is coming from politics? How much is coming from social media or mainstream media? And how much is reality? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really tough to tell anymore, honestly. Like, I know my block's doing great. I lived in Los Angeles for 10 years. Wow. Before that, I was in the Air Force for 4 years. I grew up was born in Detroit. I lived in 8 different states, and a lot can be determined about how the world's doing by what is going on around you, more so than what's being fed to you via, again, mainstream media or social media. I think that's something seriously consider. There's way too much regurgitation of what's going on social media without any research. Reposting or sharing is a button away, but research takes 10 minutes of your day? If you're going to get into conspiracy theories about stuff, do your due diligence. Don't just regurgitate hate or fear or anything else. It's insane. I saw a climate change thing pop up today. It's like, 30,000 people say climate change is just fake, and it's a 20-year-old article or whatever. So there's do a little research. Educate people by doing your own due diligence and being smart yourself. Don't just perpetuate fear by being uninformed. I don't know. I just wish more people would do a little looking. There used to be stupid questions or no stupid questions. Your teacher's like, ask any question. There's no stupid questions. You have Google now. And you can find the extreme left and the extreme right and the answer somewhere in the middle, and just take the time to figure out what the truth is, or as close to the truth as you can.
One of our issues is we are, as a species, we're emotional creatures. And
without a doubt,
psychologically, we want to agree with our in-group and disagree with our out-group, and it's just... It's
We're
so
also
easy to
lazy.
be like,
We're
look. Oh,
Yeah.
We are
oh
lazy.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also
Absolutely.
lazy, and yeah,
Absolutely.
you know, and most people, it's easy to get like just really mad on the internet and like press a couple of buttons and share something or whatever, and not so easy to look it up. I mean, look, that's how we got into
It
this
is
whole.
easy, though. That's a problem. I think I can't see everybody. So when the lazy comment is spot on, like don't
That was
be
me.
lazy.
That was me. The
Okay.
awesome
nailed
one
it.
here.
I
Yeah.
think it's funny. I think we've Hank and I at least have talked about this a little bit throughout the podcasts he's had, and we've. I had a real serious sit down discussion with somebody who I'd say leans progressive. They're beyond beyond liberal and lean progressive. They're a total Bernie Sanders supporter, and the main difference of opinion that the two of us had is he was, I guess you would say, almost an eternal optimist in the sense that he thought that people would, when you gave people opportunity, they're going to strive for the best possible. And my opinion was, no, people are as lazy as they can be. Everybody is going to be as lazy as they can be. And that was
They're not gonna. Nobody changes overnight. You don't.
No.
You're not born to be the president. You become the president based on your actions.
Yeah.
You are the product of the culmination of all your past days makes you who you are now. It's not just something you magically wake up to be.
Yeah.
Like Gary Sinise should be Times Person of the Year. Like that guy is nonstop doing good things, but you make Greta, and I don't know Greta.
Yeah, Greta Thunberg was.
Yeah, but listen, they also made Osama bin Laden that and all kinds of other idiots.
Joseph Stalin twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So wasn't Hitler on there? Who knows? Yeah.
I think he actually might have been back in the 30s.
Could possibly. And here's the thing: like Jamaicans have this saying. Well, I think it's Jamaicans because that's where I heard it. They say like pressure bust pipes. And it also makes diamonds. You know, I think that human beings, we thrive under pressure. We either break and therefore
totally.
cease to exist, or we move forward under pressure, unfortunately. And I'm not saying everyone. There's lots of really hardworking people out there, people who have fought and worked really hard and you know, clawed their way to everything that they have and all that kind of stuff, and they give and they take care of people and they do things. But the majority of human beings, this is how we function. If you go back to this whole thing that happened like two weeks ago with the whiskey warrior guy, you know, where, you know, that guy just like everyone's ready to get mad. And I think I keep saying that a lot of people know this about the gun community. People are primed to get mad on social media. Okay. So this guy, in my opinion, this guy saw that, took advantage of it, completely lied, faked everyone out. Everyone got all crazy and started following him. I think that guy has like, 150,000 people following him on Facebook.
He jumped exponentially.
Yeah, everybody's all down to do that. But to actually go and protest somewhere, vote, hold your local politicians. Yeah, to hold your local politicians accountable. They live somewhere. They probably live in your neighborhood. When you're like in Virginia, we're talking about people who live in Virginia. Maybe people in Virginia should start finding out if they could recall these guys. You know, like start like
Colorado's. You can vote. You have that option. Like you wait their term and you vote them out. If that's something you don't want, like maybe you didn't vote when they got in. Maybe you were just like, oh, everything's fine. But you can make a change. 4 years generally?
Yes, you have things that you can do that to let these folks know. I don't think it's enough to see us talk about the news here. And you know, here's another thing that goes back to what you were saying, Vincent. Lots of people now don't actually follow the news, and it's partly the news's fault. So I don't like mainstream news either, but I spend a lot of time in my day checking up on the news from different sources, and if I see something, I go look at other places and all that kind of stuff. So first you've got to do that, but you can't just rely on the news from YouTube. But you find out things for yourself and then start getting in touch with these people and start telling them, hey, I'm going to vote. If you see them in the supermarket, say, you know what? I don't like what you're doing. Don't threaten them or do things to set your own self up, you know, but let them know, hey, I don't like what you're doing. I'm not going to support that. I'm definitely never going to vote for you again. You know, we need to do this kind of stuff. And look, ultimately, when the shit hits the fan, when the time comes, you know, you have to go there, but it's not going to be fun times for anyone.
Ralph Waldo Emerson, one of the best quotes it stuck with me from the time I probably read it when I was 13 or 14 years old. Everybody stands for something until they're asked to sacrifice. Like,
It's true.
voting is one of those things, like, it's not much of a sacrifice. It's just something you need to not be lazy to do.
Mm-hmm.
Super simple. Super simple.
But we have a way to hold these people accountable, especially the local ones that you see and you deal with. This is why so many sheriffs in Virginia are saying, no, we're not going to allow this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna defer to you on this one, because maybe it's the way I was brought up, but voting isn't even a question for me. Like, I don't understand people that don't just you get, like, at least for me, the companies I've worked for, you always get like a half day on voting day.
Right.
Like, I don't understand people that don't go vote. If you have the ability to, the right to, it doesn't even make sense to me to not go vote. But there are communities that I'm guessing.
You
guys might know.
You have to look at it like how people are raised also, because even though if you don't understand the voting process and what's taking place, eventually you're going to get that conversation of why do it? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and that.
So, but you have to educate.
That's mental slavery
to bring them up to speed. Yes,
yeah,
you have to bring them up to speed. But
that's mental slavery.
Where can you find out what politicians to vote for? Too. That's, again, it's people. It boils down to being lazy. Mm-hmm. Like, do your due diligence. You can. Every politician will have their own website. Do you guys know who Trey Gowdy is from South Carolina?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, do I wish he would have run for president. That guy is just no nonsense, like, most logical human being in politics that I've seen. Like, I don't know, but
listen, there's lots of good guys out there. Yeah, there's lots of good guys out there that could have run. The problem is the parties don't support them. I don't think the party supported Trump. You know, one of the things I wanted to say, like, this is when I had this. I actually had this conversation today in the barbershop. And which is just downstairs, if anyone doesn't know that. I stop in there from time to time. I actually stopped into, well, I'll talk to you guys about that later. Anyway, so, you know, do you remember when Kanye West came out and he was talking about slavery and everyone got really mad at him? You know, because he was talking about slavery, and he says that slavery is a choice. You know, and people got really mad about that because they're like, oh, it's not a choice. My interpretation of what he meant, even when I looked at him talking about this later, is a choice right now. Here, in some countries, in some places, even here in America, some people don't have a choice, yes. But for lots of people, it's a choice. It's a choice that you make when you refuse to research things. You can just Google people's names, politicians, and you can find out where they stand on things. You can also ask their asses when you actually see them. It's not all politicians are running for president.
You can make a phone call to find out information. It's easy. It's not. Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Especially right now, at the state we're at right now, don't be lazy. Do your due diligence.
Is there a difference between lazy and apathetic, though? Are there people that just don't give a shit?
So, you know what? There's optimistic, too. Like, some people like,
somebody else will vote for me.
Somebody else will do it for me, sort of. Yeah. Like,
I think this is how, so if anyone wants to know how that relates back, like Kanye was saying that we have something in America called the 13th Amendment, and it actually allows slavery, right? And basically, if you become a criminal and you get arrested, the government's allowed to enslave you. Guess what?
It's still in the 14th Amendment?
I think it's the 13th.
13th Amendment.
Yeah. And this is what happens when these guys keep making laws. This is what happens when Trump makes a bump stock, a piece of plastic, a machine gun. So in the box, not on a gun, a machine gun, 10 years, you're a felon, $100,000, $200,000 fine. That's that kind of stuff. Allowing that to happen and not getting mad about it. When the governor of Virginia and the other Democratic politicians, liberals in Virginia, allow this kind of stuff, when you don't go out there and vote and think about who you're voting for, when these people create these laws are only designed to enslave you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're designed to give a reason. I'm not saying I don't believe in any laws. I believe in very few laws. I don't think we need a lot of laws. We need to simplify them. And all these things that they're doing are things that are designed to enslave people. And if you're going to wait until it's a law and the National Guard or whoever it is rolling up on you, then you're lazy because you had lots of opportunities to do something about it all the way along the line. You could have taken the time to look in, talk to these people, and voted. You could take the time to call them, reach out to them, and tell them, hey, I don't like what you're doing. You could try to recall people. There's lots of things that you can do about it, and I don't think you could just put it all on, well, I want to see what this guy on YouTube is doing. You know, and what this guy on Instagram is doing.
You're a product of your past days. It's that, whether you call it Buddhist or Hindu or whatever, like the onion concept, like it's all these layers. Everything you do leads to now, like the now, the present moment. Like it's nothing sneaks up on you. Like even in the conspiracy theory, like the realm of all the, everybody's out to get you. Like you can still vote, man. You can still make choices. You can still slavery is a choice. I'm not even I don't even want to comment on that because
don't.
Nothing my company does has to do with that, and I'm not the complexion or I'm a Scottish Irish guy. That's far be it from me.
Your people were slaves at one time too.
I was gonna say the Irish were treated pretty shittily when they came over.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to play comparisons or anything, but
yeah, absolutely.
You are the product. Nothing sneaks up on you.
Absolutely, 100%.
I think it's just like when people think that someone else has to do something for you. This is how I came to the Second Amendment, and this is how I came to guns and where I'm at today. Because I moved from New York because I thought I was, there was just too much crap going on there, to New Jersey where it was no better, and then I came to visit Florida. I was like, I'm gonna go live here. Seems like there's more freedom going on, but at some point living here in Florida, I was like, you know what? I can't rely on any of these people. I think it's when we went through all the hurricanes and everything.
Hurricanes are a perfect example of society breaking down in Florida because it happens for 3-4 days, 5 days. Power's out, phones are off. You got to rely on yourself, and people start panicking because they tried going to shop 3 days before the hurricane and nothing's there. Yeah. It's a perfect example of how
and Katrina.
It's a beautiful example. You have both extremes. You have the people who are out to take something that somebody else has, and then you have the people who are wading through neck-deep water to help somebody else. Like that is, humanity. Like that's what has to give you faith that ultimately people will do the right thing. The reason why somebody jumps into alligator-filled water to pull somebody out of a car that they don't know, you have to hope. But at the same time, you also have to do due diligence and not be lazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's good people will do good when it comes down to it, but at the same time, don't expect it.
Yeah. So when I saw what happened in Katrina, which didn't happen here in Florida, I think it it moved around and everything. I came to realize how everything could break down. Because Katrina is a I don't know, I'm trying to think of something else that happened in America since Katrina that can really show us how the government or people in the government and all that kind of stuff can turn against you,
Katrina's a very good example.
Confiscating guns and everything.
Yeah. So all of that led me to you know what? I need to be responsible for me. I have to do that every day. I'm not going to rely on anyone. There's no politician, not the police, not this person, not that person. Am I going to rely on, to save my life or take care of my family? That's, without making it a super long story, that's how we wind up here. And I think that makes me, when you're talking about voting, Patrick, I wasn't born in America. So I came to America in the 80s, didn't get I came here in 1983, didn't get a green card actually till 1992. Got my citizenship in 2003. There's nowhere in hell that I'm not voting because I gave up a lot, worked a lot for that. My parents sacrificed a lot to make that happen. I don't understand, but yes, there are people in America, even people who came from other countries, that somehow get brainwashed into thinking, it doesn't mean anything. It's not gonna. It means a lot, and especially locally, it makes a massive difference. If the folks in the whole situation with Virginia and those sheriffs that are saying we're not going to allow this, and we're going to declare our city a sanctuary, it makes my point of that I always say to people: when you're voting, voting for your local dog catcher, your mayor, all these kinds of people that have to be held like. You hold them responsible. You see them
for the
you deal
people
with them.
by the people.
Yep.
Like there's no insignificant vote.
Mm-hmm.
They all are important. Like, learn about every single person on your ballot. That information is readily available to you. There are stupid questions. There is Google. Figure it out. Don't be lazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget what's the name of that website that you look at all the time, Patrick. I saw it today, but I can't remember. The one, like, if you're looking up a politician and you want to know how they vote, or
to be perfectly honest, I have no idea. I find the person's name, plug it into Google, and then go and look through their voting history. That's all I do.
Yeah.
So I don't typically go to like any one website.
Yeah, there's several sources that you have that you can get out there and do.
And go, if you're able to, go to a government site. Don't go to some third party. Go to, just look at their voting history. Know what the bills are, read through the bills, know how they voted. Because somebody will try to spin it on you and make them look one way or another. That's how we all are.
Yeah. Someone just threw something in the chat, but I can't go back to the chat, so I have no idea what that is, to be honest with you. Whatever. Was that you? Was that you, Mike?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't see that thing.
They're going to have to slow down and pause it to figure it out. You're good, though, Mike.
I know. Stuff's going crazy. Right?
Yeah.
Basically, what I was about to say was not to interrupt the conversation, but to talk about the giveaway. Last time I was on the show, I gave away 4 Walther hats and a pair of sunshades. This time, I give away 2 Walther hats and 2 Walther coins.
Oh, nice.
That I have. But the way you get it is if you go to the GoFundMe.com/LEO training, the first person that donates, and they will get the hat and the coin.
Okay.
And let me see. Right now we're at 13. So let's just say, what time is it? It's
we're around 8:26 right now. Did Mike freeze? Yeah, I think he froze up here.
Yeah, Mike's frozen.
Did I freeze? Am I back? Am I back?
It's just a remix, man. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. What was the last thing you heard?
Yeah, you were saying something.
How many people were already on that on the LEO thing? The numbers. Okay. That's the last I heard.
Okay, so the first person that contributes, doesn't matter the amount. The first person that contributes to GoFundMe.com/LEO training, they'll get the hat and the coin. And then the person who actually chimes in at when it hits the $1,500 mark on the GoFundMe campaign, they'll get the hat and the coin also.
Okay, very cool. Richard Hughes says he donated. Do you want to tell people out there, if they're not aware, what is your GoFundMe about?
All right, the GoFundMe campaign is about getting law enforcement officers into jiu-jitsu training. So a couple years ago, I got tired of hearing about officers shooting people for no reason. And part of that is when they come out of the academy, their source of training is enough to get them in trouble, or they always resort to the gun. But I feel that if you actually take jiu-jitsu training and you take it seriously, now...
Oh, froze.
It's freezing again.
Yeah, you're remixing, man.
Remixing. I'm gonna start using that.
That's a big deal, though. Like, I just saw a video today about an officer who, he was fighting with the suspect, and I mean he got knocked out. But luckily, there was about 6 other people that came to his rescue there. We have another guy in Florida, Brennan BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like learn that hand-to-hand combat. That's what you're doing, Mike, is unbelievable. And the fact that you're doing it like, without profit, that's big, man. Because, those officers will share that valuable skill with the other people they work with. So it's pretty big, man.
Mike, question for you.
All right.
Do you think that the cops are coming out of the academy underprepared where it comes to, let's say, their vocal skills, their person reasoning skills, and hand-to-hand combat, hand-to-hand skills?
I think
People's skills.
I think everything is underrated when you come out of the academy, and pretty much once you hit the street, it's OJT.
So you don't know shit until you realize you don't know shit.
Exactly.
And if you got somebody good training you, or you're doing your first rise with somebody who understands, how to negotiate, how to speak like a human being to somebody. Like, I don't know, honestly, I feel like live PD has been one of the best things that has hit TV.
You sound like
I love live PD.
The way that they learn how, like Sean Sticks Larson, like learn how to communicate with a human being like a human being without like suspect, the cop talk. Adam Carolla used to do a hilarious bit about cop talk, but like there are ways. Just be a human being. Speak to a human being. And, law enforcement's a monster, man. I feel so bad for the guys who are coming in to law enforcement at this time in history. Like, Donut Operator's an unbelievable dude who, he brings some sanity. You guys watch Donut Operator on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he's that voice of reason, having been in that position as well. But hands, being able to Brazilian jiu-jitsu or any type of hand-to-hand kind of combat is going to prevent you from, you think about a law enforcement officer who's on their back and somebody's beating them down clearly, you're going to draw your weapon. It's terrifying. I don't envy those guys. And like Mike, again, God bless, man. Like that's what you're doing with that. That's unbelievable, man. Thank you for that.
Hey, no problem. Like I said, I do honestly believe it'll be a benefit to the community overall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So because it will give the officer a clearer path of thinking before resorting to the tool.
Right.
Okay, very cool. So let's just, before we get back into the conversation that we were having here, so Lola tells me that I've got these two muzzle devices right here from Mission First Tactical. So one is, let me see, what is this? One is the E2A RMD. Boom, there you go, E2A RMD. And the other one is this is also an E2A RMD.
One's slightly different, though, aren't they?
Yeah, one's a smaller. I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between these two. This is a 4-prong side port nozzle brake compensator, 556 223. This one compensator. That's the super loud. This one looks more like a flash hider. Yeah, flash hider. This is a 3-prong flash hider. On this one, let me see. 3-prong flash hider, 556 223. So you got the flash hider, this longer one here, and then the muzzle brake. So Babyface is going to choose 2 people out of the audience that are going to wind up getting this here. So we're going to do that. It's all up to Babyface. You got to be nice to him. It's his. He makes. I
love being put on the spot.
He makes the decision there. Wait, is Vincent into cats? Because I kind of see a cat in the background there.
That's the house protector.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. What is this? Okay, so there you go. And then also, as Mike was saying, he's doing a giveaway. You have to go to tell the folks where to go again there, Mike.
Go to GoFundMe.com/LEO training and donate whatever you want to give.
Yeah. So while we're waiting, I don't know where Vincent went off to there, but this is what I went to show my. So you've seen this, Babyface. I don't know if you've seen this, my bracelet here that Sam Andrews. I lost one of the teeth on this bad boy.
no.
I got to find what happened to that thing. So this is gator, and these are gator teeth. Sam Andrews made this for me, by the way. If anyone's interested in stuff like this, Sam Andrews is going to be making some of these. This is the prototype one that I have here. He's going to do different kinds of ones. But I call this my Zamunda bracelet, by the way. So, some people, there's like Wakanda. It looks like a very African kind of like thing over there. But like Zamunda is older than Wakanda, by the way. Because Coming to America has been out for like what, 30 years, a long time before that. So I feel like the Prince of Zamunda whenever I rock this. So there you go. I'm just showing that off. But I lost one of the teeth. I don't know. I have to find out I got to find out what happened to that one there. So there you go.
I think I
got
got an email. I got an email from the Prince of Zamunda. I'm going to send him some loot.
Did you win a bunch of money? You got a
don't send him money.
He's going to put it in my bank account.
No.
Yeah, you got to give.
Don't do it, bro.
He's not the real prince.
Yeah. Don't do it. I used to live. Let's talk about real African nations. I lived in Nigeria. So I learned a long time ago, man. Nigeria was a cool place. I had fun living there, but those are some of the original pirates right there coming out of Nigeria. So real hardcore with that. So let's see. Rocky Mountain Bear says Crocodile Dundee's strange cousin. There you go. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about this. Sam's gonna, if anyone else is interested in it other than me, Sam's gonna be able to do it. I think it'll be cool to get some that have like bullets in there. All kinds of stuff like that going on. So, okay, let's see. Babyface, I know there's people in there.
So I wanted to ask, is anybody out there building an building an AR at the moment that could use that?
Oh, okay.
Because if you're building an AR, if you need something like that, let us know. I can, that'll help sway my opinion a little bit.
Okay, then Lola says...
Babyface.
What's up?
Babyface, it's Christmas, so you don't have to necessarily build one. Whoever's in here, that's a Christmas present to somebody else.
What's a Christmas... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so Lola... Go ahead. What's that, Vincent?
No, I'm a memeologist. So another one of the best memes I've ever seen was, it's a picture of a roll pin. It goes, look, a roll pin. I need to start another AR build.
Absolutely.
I've seen that one.
It doesn't take much at all. So.
Yeah.
How did you guys get started in firearms?
Okay, let's see. Who wants to start with that one?
If you want to finish what you were doing, Hank, do that.
Okay, we'll get to that real quick here. Lola is telling me one of these I am protesting, but Lola's saying we have some more stuff for Mission First Tactical. So this is the EPG-27 AR-15 pistol grip, and Mike is going to give this away to someone here in the chat.
Right?
In the chat. This one, Lola, I don't know that I want to give this one away, Lola. This is the polymer, what is this? Teco series polymer handguard, as you guys can see. So,
man, Hank, don't blow your load all at once.
No, Lola's, we're giving away stuff.
Everything.
We're giving away stuff. Yeah, it's Christmas time. So, and then we'll also give away that cat that Vincent has in the background. Okay. No, please. We're not going to do that. So Mike is going to... I'm going to give both of these away. I really would like to keep this one, but whatever.
All right, so
Mike is going to... The people in the chat have to be nice to you, and we'll do that somewhere towards the end, before we end the show.
All right, I got one.
Okay.
Longtime fan who hasn't won anything in a while, Armament Maxes, says he's building an AR and could really use one.
Use one of the muzzle devices?
One of the muzzle devices. So Hank, you get to choose which muzzle brake.
It's up to him. He could choose which one since he's the first one. Up. He could choose. So you've got your flash hider and you got your muzzle brake. So do you want to be loud and obnoxious? That would be this one. Loud and obnoxious, but more control, I guess. Do you want to be less visible and it won't blow out the eardrums of someone near to you? You can choose either the flash hider or the the muzzle brake. It's up to you. And then Babyface, you want to do the... Well, let's see. Did Armorman and Axis decide what...
He said the muzzle brake.
Okay, did he say the muzzle brake?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Babyface, you could decide the other one, and then we'll answer. Okay, he said the muzzle brake. So the flash hider is still available for someone. Who do you want to give that to?
Who was the next person to say they needed it? Let's go with American Freedom Outdoors. As the muzzle device would aid in building my rifle, and I'm trying to make a DPMS so it functions.
Okay.
I guess you got a DPMS rifle that you need to improve. Let's go with him. American.
There you go.
What did I say?
Yeah.
American Freedom Outdoors.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, there you go. Get in touch with Lola, and we'll get those shipped out. A good question here from Rocky Mountain Bear says, does Lola speak Fanti, Obinini, Oburuni? I'm not sure which one of those. No, she speaks, her language is Chui. There he goes. So she's from Ghana. So that's what her native language is. Okay, so the question that Vincent asked is how we got into firearms. I'm gonna let Mike from MW Tactical take that one and go first.
All right. So it began with me, whereas when I was a kid, I was actually scared of guns, and then my father, he actually took me out, with my uncle, and they just introduced me to guns. Gave me a quick lesson. I shot about 10, 15 different variations of firearms. And then, because my mom and dad were separated, so the only time I really shot guns is when I was with my father. And that stopped for a couple years because it really wasn't like a real interest like it is now. And then when I got into the military, then that's when the interest and the bug actually bit me. And it's been with me ever since.
Oh, and when did you go into the military?
Back in 19... Yeah.
Oh, really? It's like that. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. What happened here? I don't even know why we got multiples of multiples now. Okay, hold on. I got to get my act together a little bit better here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's start. Okay. Let's see. I think I got it. Figured out. Okay. So, Babyface, as you're stuffing your face, how did you get into the whole firearms?
So I was a Boy Scout, a Cub Scout, Boy Scout, all the way up through. And, in Boy Scouts, you always shoot guns, you shoot 22s. So they've always been kind of an interesting thing to me. I think back when I was 6 or 7 or 8, somewhere when I was young, I was given a pellet gun. So I kind of had that itch all the way going through. But I didn't actually get heavily into firearms probably until around 2011, 2012. After I got out of college, had a little bit of money on my own and decided I want to build an AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped that I had an uncle that had just built an AR-15. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. You can build it yourself, put it together. And I've always been the type to build things. So I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to get into that. And then it just kind of exploded from there. So
okay.
The crazy thing is I got into firearms just before Sandy Hook. So the prices when I was looking to build an AR were extremely inflated.
Your first AR was like a $4,000 mil-spec AR.
No shit. It was like $1,500 for what should have cost like $6 or $7.
Right.
It was crazy.
Okay. Very cool. I got into firearms by being born into it. I was just born. No. I was born a man, and therefore I was always into guns. I've always been into guns, but I was born in like a socialist/communist place. My dad was an engineer by trade and education and all that stuff. So we always had Popular Mechanics and all that stuff around. And I looked in those and I saw bullpups. That's why I'm so crazy about bullpups and things like that. But I lived in a lot of places where you can't really have them. Not in Guyana, not in England where I lived. There were guns in Nigeria, but I didn't really get into it, I think, until... obviously, like I said, being a guy, I always was interested in this stuff, looking at movies and all that kind of stuff. And then we came to live in America, in New York, which is not a place that you can very easily, legally get into those things. So ultimately, I moved out of there, moved to New Jersey, wasn't any better, moved to Florida. And from living here in Florida, that's where I actually started to get into it legally. And... and when I started doing that, I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to like share my whole learning thing with people because I knew what I liked and what I was into based on movies and things like that. But I don't really think I understood like safety and how these things worked and what was practical and all that. I used to look at Military Arms Channel and Nuttin' Fancy and Hickok 45 and all those guys. And I'm a creative person and I have the skills to do videos and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I think I'm going to share my journey, through this whole firearms thing by having a YouTube channel. So about 7 years ago, I started doing that. I think I used an iPhone 3 to shoot my first video.
Right.
My first video was of a Kel-Tec, what was it? I think it was the Kel-Tec RFB.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing that ever since and learning and growing and all that kind of stuff and meeting cool people like you, Vincent. How did you get into this?
I'm not a big gun guy, man. Not a big fan. Guns are dumb, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know why you're in the little box.
Not a big fan of guns, man. I mean, I don't like to have them around. Like they're not something I really feel that much. But
he's being facetious.
No, I mean,
Vincent, when you are in a little tiny box on the internet, it's not a good time to be facetious because people can't actually see.
That's perfect. I don't want anybody to know what I have. Like guns are,
Yeah.
So, it's a very American story. If NPR didn't hate guns, I could do a great like NPR story on it.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa gives you your first BB gun, and it's like you don't shoot out a window for the entire year. You get a 22.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That whole kind of a thing.
American way. That's right. The
right.
path to freedom.
Right. And then, I joined the Air Force years later, and it was one of the, all right, another weird caveat here. So in Michigan, deer are the size of like small horses. In Arkansas, deer are the size of like big dogs.
Uh-huh.
But I grew up in Michigan, and hunting up there was a big deal, like northern Michigan and everything like that. I got married. You might find this hard to believe, Mike, especially. Being in the military, I didn't, my marriage didn't last. It was a weird thing, man.
What?
That's the norm.
Yeah.
Did you get one of those German wives as well? Did you do that?
God, I wish, man. No, she was also in the Air Force, but
okay.
She had a domestic thing, and she had a 25 and that kind of a thing. I had a first gen Glock, which I actually wish I would have kept because
no,
right now.
What first gen, like Glock 17 Gen 1?
Oh, so
Yes.
cool.
Yeah. And right before I was deployed to Germany, I sold the thing to a buddy from Texas, and he's probably still got it. But did I say Glock? I meant a first gen Walther. Sorry, Cody, if you're watching this.
Yeah.
I
think of first gen. What were the first gen Walthers? What were the first Walthers out there?
You were probably talking about a P99 as far as like modern. Which honestly, the P99 still has features that a lot of modern polymer frame handguns don't have. And this is nothing against. Oh man, I'm gonna get fired for this.
By the way, Almo Tactical says Vince is a mail order bride.
Damn right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
And at waltherarms.com, hit me up. I like rich daddies. Still getting fired. There's a company out there making guns that are compatible with the PPQ. They're using aspects of it, but like all that R&D that went into that P99, man, you had a decocker, double action, single action, like stageable trigger. That thing was so far ahead of its time. People don't understand how groundbreaking Walther was. Like, we legitimately invented modern concealed carry. Yeah, you had the gun that they used to conceal and kill Lincoln and stuff like that were out, that were concealable, but like police pistol criminal, the PPK, that thing was the first concealed carry handgun designed for detectives to be able to carry, so they were, inconspicuous. You could still protect yourself with the 380 and 32 or whatever. Like, man, if people just did their homework, they would understand what we brought to the firearms industry.
Yeah, so Florida Gun says Model 1, 1909, he submitted a patent request for a blowback weapon with a fixed barrel. It would eventually become the Model 1, Walther's first pistol.
Yeah, that guy is hired.
Yeah.
He's our historian.
That's Florida Guns. Good dude. Good dude out there that supports the show all the time. Yeah, so you guys have deep history. Almo Tactical LLC says P99 is even better when you stuff it in a PPQ frame.
It exists. It exists. If you go to what is it, carlwalther.germany or whatever, like .de, you can see a PPQ. Basically, it's a PPQ frame with the P99 slide on it. In fact, Cody Osborne, who's on here all the time, he did one of those. He did his version. If I could get my hand on a P99 AS, I would do that as well. But I mean, there's things like, you can put the M1 slide on PPQ on the M2 lower and vice versa. But like, you can also do that with the PPS. Like this, I often carry with my M1 lower because I love the ambidextrous European style mag release. But I mean, it's a legit company. Like, when I moved from Los Angeles to Fort Smith, Arkansas, like it was the first time I ever shot a Walther. And I made one big hole, whereas before my groups were like all over the place. But like, I made legitimately one big hole because of how the triggers work, the ergonomics, like the pointability of a Walther. Like, it's a word that's abused nowadays, like ergonomics. But Walther does some, like, mad scientist, Bill Nye the Science Guy, who probably hates guns, but like that kind of a science on their process of making handguns. Like, you're not having to turtleneck or anything like any of those other moves to be able to get your firearm on target or whatever. But
it's really funny because I see that all the time with the range of people that are.
Yeah. And again, I sound like a fanboy, but I wasn't before I started here. I learned. I shot better with Walther. That's all there is to it.
What were you doing before you got the job, and how did you get the job with Walther?
I was a gynecologist. That's what I did in the Air Force.
No way.
Is that a joke?
I was actually an assistant. I just.
Oh, okay.
We're going to assistant now. Did you meet your patients at bars or nightclubs or?
I thought you were trying to stay out of trouble.
It was pre-Tinder, so yeah. I mean, I had to do the groundwork for it at that point.
Oh, Cody, what have you done? What have you done, Cody?
I got family in town. Why don't you do the podcast? I'm like, I got you, bro.
You don't know what's about to happen.
Hopefully, Cody is too busy to ever see this.
Cody, there ain't no laws when you're drinking the claws, bro.
When you're drinking claws, that's right.
I mean, what was the question?
Forget it. At this point, forget it. But let's go to this because we got like about 7-ish minutes or so here. Okay, I think Mike had some other giveaway stuff to do. Mike, there's a pistol grip here, and we've got a handguard. So I don't know who you want to give this to, but there's some. Look for who right now. If you need a handguard, you need to get Mike to pick you. That's how we're keeping it fair over here. Mike from MW Tacticals, the dude who has to do it. And then how's your thing going, Mike? Did you find the folks that you're gonna give the coins and the hats?
Well, Richard Hughes was the first one to donate, and
Okay.
he already sent me his address, so that'll
Okay.
go into the mail tomorrow for him. And I'm still waiting on other contributions to come in, and nobody's donated since then.
Okay, so what do they need to do? Just tell the folks now what they need to do in order to get the Walther hat and the coin.
Right. So you would get this coin, and not this hat, but a hat that looks just like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to GoFundMe.com/LEO training and donate any amount you want to donate. I'm trying to get the 2,000 mark before the end of December so we can put another officer in by January. But anything will help. So just go to GoFundMe.com/LEO training.
Okay, and Richard Hughes says, I didn't read his comment. I did throw it up on the screen. Richard said he's about 140 something away from hitting 2,000 on his YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested in helping him out, please do. Just click on his icon that you see there in the chat and go over there and subscribe to him. Okay, so you've told the folks there how they could do this. What do you want to give away? Let's give away the handguard first. Do you see anyone out there in the chat that needs a handguard? Do we? Did Vincent freeze now? Is Vincent frozen?
Okay,
Yeah,
so for the handguard, because I've been following this person throughout the chat all night, let's give that one to Jay Brennan.
Nice.
Jay Brennan. Okay, hopefully Jay didn't win anything. I don't think so. So Jay, if you haven't won anything already, the handguard's yours. There you go, handguard given away. And then the next one that we have is the pistol grip. So we've got to figure out who needs a pistol grip out there.
So the grip, somebody else who I was looking at earlier.
I think we lost Vince, but we'll probably get him back here in a sec. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the second person that I was looking at throughout the night was Victor Miller.
Okay, Victor Miller. So, all right. So Victor Miller, same thing. If you haven't won anything already, you got this pistol grip. There you go. So so everyone who wins something needs to get in touch with Lola. Captain Shark says, I need a grip and a gynecologist. So hopefully we'll be able to get Vincent back in here in a second for ya. We'll see how that works. All right, so let's see, what else do we have going on here? And then we're waiting on another person to go into your GoFundMe and donate some money. And then if you do that, you're gonna get a hat and a coin as a thank you from Mike from MW Tactical. What's the place they have to go, Mike?
GoFundMe.com/LEO training.
Okay, very good. Hopefully Vincent didn't get pulled by Walther there.
No more from you. No more tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, come in my office right now.
Yeah.
Just hang up from the show right
Listen,
now.
Walter. Listen, he's the most entertaining thing we've had in
Yeah,
like
funny.
weeks. Absolutely bring him back on the podcast anytime he wants.
Yeah, we just gotta get the camera working properly.
That's on me. That's not on me. You can blame me.
Yeah, next time we'll make it work. John Voorhees says, I need a wife, laugh out loud. John Voorhees.
I don't know if I can help you there.
Yeah. Vincent, I think Vincent is also a mail order bride, so there you go.
That beard, man.
Yeah, if you get him back, you got him going. Let's see. I think is Gun Doctor TV coming on tomorrow? Lola?
Tentatively, yes.
Yes. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Are we gonna hear the tomorrow? So tomorrow night is gonna be heavy politics night, then, right?
Yeah.
The Barnauls t-shirt is on hangstrange.com.
Oh, the Barnauls t-shirt. Okay, so what? There's a link to it.
On hangstrange.com.
Okay, hold on. Let me see, because Lola's talking about. So there's this thing here. We'll give Vincent some time to come back on here. Hankstrange.com/Lola's deals.
No, just your fan page.
Oh, that's not hankstrange.com. That's Facebook.
Well, oh, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's this T-shirt that that Barnauls put out. I'm gonna try to load it up here to show you guys. So do you all remember the thing that happened with Do you all remember what happened with the guy who duct taped the banana?
Yeah,
to the wall?
the guy ate it or something, right?
Yeah, someone came in and ate it and whatever. So Brownells likes throwing up T-shirts, that like limited edition T-shirts.
Yeah.
They did a Walmart one that was really cool. That sold out fast. I think Walter got his hands on one. So here, I'm going to throw this up. You guys will have to see it on the screen. So it's on the Facebook. Basically, it's a T-shirt, a white T-shirt with a yellow banana-style clip duct taped onto the shirt. So I think that's an image. It's not an actual, not clip, excuse me, magazine. So it's a yellow AR magazine taped onto the shirt with duct tape. I don't know.
I think everybody in the chat is going to need to get on Hank for saying
banana clip. I said banana clip.
Okay, banana clip's all right.
Banana. I said banana clip. That's what I said. So if you guys want to see that, I think let me see if I can find this on my phone. Lola threw it up on. If you want it, there's a link on. Yeah, there's a link in the chat that you guys. You put a link in the chat already, Lola? Yeah, Lola just threw a link up in the chat. But go to Facebook/Hank Strange, and you will see it up there. Let me see. I'm gonna. Okay, here we go. Here, I'm gonna throw this. Let me screen capture here for a second. Oh, crap. Okay, nothing is working. There you go. Check that out. There it goes. So, and then on the flip side of the shirt, it has a Brownells thing, and then on the other side of the shirt, it has AR magazine. Looks like a GI mag in yellow, duct taped. It's an image, not the actual thing. So there's a T-shirt going on there, and there might be. So if you guys want to get that while it's available and all that kind of stuff, do it now, because the Brownells guys told me that's limited. That's a limited availability on that, and I might have a surprise in regards to that tomorrow. No, I can't give you like 100% guarantee on this, but I might have some kind of surprise coming up for you guys about that tomorrow. So you're gonna have to tune in tomorrow's show to find out all about that. Babyface, did you speaking of Brownells, didn't you
I got my gift today from them.
Do you want from being in the Bureau of Propaganda? Obviously.
Bureau of Propaganda. So you guys want to see what I got? I got one of their laser engraved AR-15 mags, which is nice. Pretty cool.
I'm very jealous.
Got another Bureau of Propaganda patch. So got a Merry Christmas to everybody, and got me some Bureau of Propaganda underwear.
Very nice.
I love it.
I like how the flag is right in the crotchular area.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Yeah,
they did a good job on him.
Yeah, I think we have Vincent back. Vincent, are you there?
Yep, he's back.
I'm back like bell bottoms and jelly shoes, like flat crayons and car seats.
Okay. So the Pope Joy says, Hank, you can now only shoot high points with clips. Okay, I was saying banana clip. Banana clip. You guys know what a banana clip is. If
everybody jump on him and make him feel stupid.
If you want to rewind, that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said banana clip because it's all reminiscent of the whole guy who taped a banana to a wall and then it cost $120,000 and then some guy paid $120,000.
Oh, you know what the problem is? You got a banana in your tailpipe. Hey, what's it from?
I know where that's from. That's from Beverly Hills Cop. Boom. One.
Hey, Hank. Earlier in the show, you said the Rom lawn, and I've been playing it in my head. And it just hit me.
What?
Tribe Called Quest.
Yes, sir. Tribe Called Quest. There you go. That's right. Yeah. Record. I forgot what is like. Music industry rule number 300, 280, something 80.
380 industry people are shady.
There you go. Boom. Wow, Vincent. Oh man, they did.
Yeah.
The name of the song. The name of the song is Check the Rhyme.
Is it Anita Applebaum?
No, Check the Rhyme.
Check the rhyme. Check the rhyme. Right. Yeah.
Nobody. You're on point, Hank.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Come on. Tribe Called Quest. You on point, Mike?
Oh,
of course.
Yes, I am. Yeah, what is it?
I'm on point.
All the time, Tip. You on point, fight all the time, Tip.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
Okay,
It's
Vincent.
showing up. Hey, kid.
We respect your authority. We
It's
respect
showing
you.
up right here.
Oh man. Okay, that's cool. So let's see. I'm trying to figure out what stuff has to be done here because I know we're past. We are past. We gave away that stuff. Mike, did you get someone else giving to the GoFundMe? Oh, Mike is frozen now. Mike, are you there? Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Second person who donated.
Okay, you're breaking up a little bit right now.
Oh, can't stand this. I'm there. I'm back.
Yeah, you.
Am I back?
Okay, you're back. Okay.
All right, cool. So Richard Hughes won the first one. He donated $20, and we didn't reach nowhere near the $1,500 mark that we wanted to reach. But the second person that donated was Lynn Hope.
Okay, awesome. So yeah.
So he donated 20 also, and both of you, I really do appreciate what you did. It will go for a great cause. And if you follow me on Instagram, anytime somebody donates, you see I actually do thank yous. So you two will get the video of the thank you of the wording. But if you get $50 or more, I actually do an actual video thanking you.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool. Let's see here. Okay, so I think that's everything. We probably have to, let me see, I'm going to start wrapping it up right now. I don't know if there's anything else. Vincent, you've been awesome, man. I know that people can't see your face right now because whatever technical difficulties are happening.
You know, Cody dipped out a little earlier because of family and stuff. We didn't connect in time to probably get from the jump. So again, my apologies for not.
No, that's cool, man. We are going to make plans for you to come back on so people can get the full experience.
It'll be sweet. Like after I get fired, like, I'll be happy to come back.
Listen, you're free to do whatever you want after that, right?
Yeah, we'll hire you over here. We'll pay you nothing. We'll pay you nothing, but we'll hire you over here.
Yeah, man.
And that will help you never get hired in the industry ever again. Just
dude, that's like your sister's jeans, bro. That shit's tight.
Yeah.
So emo of me to say that.
Okay, no, it's good. It's good. So let's do this. I'm going to go around here and get everyone to say, like, if folks out there want to follow them, how can the folks out there follow you, Vincent? If they want to follow you, or what stuff do you want them to follow from Walther?
If you want to stalk us, man, just anything Walther Arms, WaltherFirearms.com. Instagram seems to be pretty solid, but I mean, we got on our website down at the very bottom, like social. We may wake up tomorrow and firearms may not be available on any social media platform. So, like on our website, if you join Club Walther, that's probably the best bet, man. Like, give us your email address. We're not going to send you a bunch of garbage. Just let us be able to communicate with you. You know what I mean? Something new will come along that we can all communicate on, but we may wake up tomorrow. There may be no Facebook, no Instagram, no Twitter. So just check out our website and join Club Walther. That I guess that's probably the best bet. Otherwise, follow us on all the social media platforms.
Awesome. That's pretty well said there. Babyface P, how can the folks out there follow you, man?
BabyfaceP.com will take you to my Facebook where you can get in touch with me. Baby_face_P on Instagram. I'm also pretty, I guess, fairly prolific there. You can talk to me there pretty quickly. Or youtube.com/babyfaceP. We are working on projects. Got lots of stuff coming down the pike. I got more videos coming out. I got a review of the Glock. Whew. Got a review of the Scar 20S coming this way. So get ready.
All right. Awesome. What about you, Mike? How can the folks follow you out there?
You can follow me on Instagram by going to @MunitionsWeaponsTactical, on Facebook, M-W Tactical. Go to my website, www.m-wtactical.com, and click on media links, and it'll take you to everything I'm a part of. But also, M-W Tactical every Tuesday. Are you serious? Did it happen again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I back?
Yes, you're here. You're here. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. So the M-W Tactical podcast comes out every Tuesday at 11 a.m. And you can find that by going to the M-W Tactical Instagram page, and the link is in the bio.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're wondering what I'm throwing up here, just for the folks who are out there, I'll go full screen to me. Yeah, I've got the two PPQs in my hand. One's the Navy 9mm. The other one's the 22 tactical.
Hank loves showing off his PP. If you guys didn't know that.
Yeah.
The two
PPQ.
best friends at
PPQ's all in the
Hold on.
house. You know,
You got
Zamunda
you said-
forever. This is my Zamunda. This is
You
my
got the
Zamunda.
PPQ Navy.
Yeah,
That's-
PPQ Navy. Yeah.
Well, I got the PPQ Army right here, and it's
Oh
silver.
gosh. Oh well, you know what? No one saw you here. I'll throw that up. Go ahead. That's the
God.
PPQ.
Well, yeah, PPQ, and it's silver with threaded barrel.
Oh,
so,
very nice. Very
Army
nice.
B Navy.
Yeah.
Army B Navy.
Two Air
Yeah.
Force right here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make the PPQ Air Force. I'm not sure what that would be. I don't know. Someone's gonna have an Air Force joke to that one at some point. Someone will add that in here. All right. I want to thank everyone for joining us. We will be back tomorrow. We will be giving stuff away. Like I said, we might have a surprise guest in the house. Make sure you go check out our Facebook page where you're going to see that Barnauls t-shirt. If you click through that and you get the shirt, you help support us. So just a little FYI for everyone out there. I'm going to drop the end. Everyone stay right where you are. I'm going to drop the end. Boom, there you go. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I think I want to make sure that I thank Vincent from Walther for filling in here, coming on the show. Of course, thanks to Babyface P for being here as always. Thanks to you, Mike, MW Tactical, for always being here, and all you good folks that are out there. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Any last words from anyone else here before I push the button?
Please donate to GoFundMe.com/LEO training, and let's get some officers into training to make them better at their job.
Yes, absolutely. Alamo Tactical says PPQ Air Force comes with room service.
Boom!
You can go.
The mud, you can fly over the mud.
That'll be the motto. That'll be the motto engraved into it. If you want to check out videos from us, I'm throwing up videos on YouTube/Hank Strange. We've got a really cool video up there with Sam Andrews and his broom handle Mauser. You guys should go check that out. That's pretty much it. Thanks to everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace.
Also, Sam Andrews still has stuff on sale. So check that out too. We're out. Peace.